All right, a couple things that I learned, and I'm going to use these tactics. The Spruance, I'm starting my second mission. It's the enemy convoy. I know there's going to be a lot of ships there, and I've got ships that are stressed out. So what I'm going to do, I purchased ammo for all these ships, and here's how I'm going to do it. Leyte Gulf, I loaded up. It's doesn't have a lot of stress. And the Spruance, I'm going to put no ammo on there, and it's got the Sea King. So this is kind of a risk. I bought an ammo ship, and so what I'm going to do on the first turn, I don't know if I'm gaming this, but I'm going to start the Spruance in support, and it's going to be resupplied on the very first turn. And so the task force is going to go into a danger area, so I could be hitting an encounter while I'm resupplying. And yeah, that could be a big deal. But that's going to be my strategy here, and see how it works out. Another thing that I learned is that, let's see, what was the other thing I learned? Oh, that the helicopter gets its torpedoes from the ship. And just like I thought, if the helicopter destroys something, then the original ship gets the kill. So those are the things that I've learned. So now let's start with mission number 2. We start with an encounter here. I get +2 on the roll. That becomes a 7, so it's low. And destroy all Polk ships. So I've got 2 submarines, which is not great, but could be worse. So we'll get 2 subs out here. And then we'll get 2 Polk. I don't remember ever having those. Here's a Polk and a Polk. There we go. All right, so that's ship number 1 and ship number 2. They're not starred, and the subs are not starred, so I'm going to skip it. I'm just going to avoid these guys, get my task force supplied, and so this is going to be skipped. Got 2 non-starred subs and 2 non-starred ships. So now I'm going to be loaded up on the Spruance, full on. It's going to have 8 RGMs, 84s. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so those missiles, 8 Azracs. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 8 torpedoes. And I'll find those torpedoes in a minute. Let's see, do I have torpedoes over here? And 8 torpedoes. So now I'm fully stocked, ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm short 1, so I'll just put this underneath it. Problem with this, I guess I'm going to give a stress. That's a tough interpretation because did the battle actually happen? Here's a question. Since I bypass these guys, do I get any stress added to my ships? Because the Spruance would offset by being here. These guys would get 1, and these guys would get 2. Let's use dip. Let me check up on that. Let me look at the rules, see what I come up with. Okay, I looked at the rules. The encounter check 6124 says if all the ships and sub counters aren't critical, you can choose to end the encounter, do not suffer stress or earn XP. All right, so Spruance is going to get 1 stress. That's because he was rearming. And so we're going to go to the second area, nobody there. Third area, so I'm gonna roll, get +2 on that one. And that is a 6, 8, that's still low. And that's gonna be 1 sub, 1 unknown sub. So let's see what goes on here. That is not considered a star, so I'm gonna end the encounter and move on to the mission location. And so we get 1 more encounter, +2, it's a 6, the low again, and 1 sub, and it's a star. So this one I have to go for. So I'm gonna keep the same setup. A lone sub, I get an SO, alert subcrew, +2 detect, +2 attack. Okay, so I'm going to roll for the sub placement. That's a 1, so it goes to 3. Boy, he really snuck up on us. And the azimuth is 7, so right here. All right, so fast action. So I've got the Underwood and the Spruance is back out here. Let me fix my thing by taking 7 out. If I could find it. Okay, put the 5s back in. All right. So Spruance is all ready to go, and so I'm going to use the Dewey to try to detect the sub. Sub's got noise management of 2. I've got 6 to 8, sub +1, so it's a -1 on the roll. No modifiers there, so that's a 3, so that's no good. Use the Tycho. I got +2, so it cancels that out, so it's a straight up roll. 6, that's a detect. And what do we got here? An enemy, which is going to be an alpha class. That is a star. Ooh. So let's see, I detected him at a level 1. That is a star. Get rid of that. And we've got the alpha right there. And I'm going to use my now I'm interpreting Bouchard's inspirational speech, reduce 1 stress from a shaken ship, 2 actions. So I'm going to have to wait till the slow action to do these. So this takes 2 hits, so I'm going to fire 2 Azrocs, use my commander action. Now, you know what? I'm going to save it and let him go because I want to do inspirational speech on these 2 guys, and then let the Spruance destroy this guy. All right, so let's see. He can detect at a range 1 to 4 and fire at 0 to 2. So because I want to get these guys unshaken, I'm going to use his action to back off. Okay, so we're going to roll here. Movement is +2, so it's a 3, and that is a patrol, so he stays still. He's going to try to detect somebody. He gets 1 contact, and that's going to be against my Dewey, and that's a 4. So 4 against the Dewey. Dewey's right here. Dewey has a noise modifier of 1, so that brings it down to a 3, so he does not detect them. And then it's my turn. So now I'm going to use the 2 actions that or the 1 action I saved up to do an inspirational speech. So I'm going to reduce the DeWert. No, I'm going to do the Underwood. Bring him, no, DeWert, because he's not damaged. He's going to go down to a 5. And then the DeWert is going to try to up the detection level. Noise management is 0 on the alpha, and he's got a sub 0 because he's shaken. So it's a 7, so that's a detective 2. So he did a good job. And then the Underwood is going to try to detect, well, he can't really do very much. So he's not going to do anything. Actually, shoot, no, that's going to stay a 1 because I used his action to be better. And this guy would have gotten a -2 for being shaken, so it would stay at a 1. All right, so now the Spruance is going to go, and I'm just going to go ahead and fire 2 Azrocs with the Spruance, see if you can get him. And so he gets a +2 to his sub attack. He has 2 torpedo defense, so it's a wash. And so we need 7 to hit, and then a 6 to hit. So the first one's a miss, second one's a hit. So that does damage to him. And these 2 are expended. Oh, I can't. It's range 3. I gotta be more careful. So the Spruance can't fire. So the Spruance is gonna try to detect him. Range 4, 4 to 6. Sub +2, no noise management, so +2 to the, that's a 3, +2 is a 5, so it's only detect 1. And that's the end of my turn. Move over here. Lady Gulf and Dewey are going to do nothing. We're just going to sit there. See what the sub does. +2, that's a 10. Range 2 and ping, that's not good. Oh, this goes down to a 0. So he's got a ping on him. And so now he's in weapons range. This is not good. So he's going to target who? Wish he would target the ammunition. Nope, he's going after 4, which is the DeWert. And he's got a detective 4-8 +1. And DeWert has noise modifier 1, so that's a wash there. So 4-8 to detect DeWert. So that's a detective 1. So he's not going to get a chance to fire on this turn. And so now I go, and I'm going to use my fast action that I saved up here to put on the DeWert. And Spruance has 1. And so he's going to get inspirational speech down to a 4. Find a 4. And then inspirational speech for the Underwood, get him down to a 5. So now all I got is the Spruance left. And he's going to go ahead and shoot his Azrocs. Now he's going to shoot his Azrocs. So actually, so that would be range of 1, torpedo defense 2, so that's 1. So he'll get a +1 because of his sub attack. So it's a 6 and then a 5. So 6 first. that's a hit. And then the 5, that's a hit, so it's sunk. All right, so I got the DeWert back to normal levels, but he's gonna take a stress right now. Oh no, he's not, he's gonna be cool. So the alpha's destroyed, so the Spruance is gonna get that extra point. These two are expended. Enemy sub is destroyed. Oh, I had the ping too. That could have given me extra, but that's okay. Task force ship goes in there. These go back over here. And so let's take a look at our stress here. So, Spruance Leader. So the Leyte Gulf was in the screening force. Oh, I keep forgetting that detect bonus. Dewey's going to get 2 stress. So now he's up to 4. Let's put that there. The Leyte Gulf is not going to get anything because he's got 2 cool. He's 2 cool. The DeWert would get 1, but he gets a cool of 1, so he's going to just stay at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Underwood has a cool of 1, so he's going to stay at 5. Sea King didn't do anything, so it's just going to sit there. Underwood, DeWert, Dewey, Spruance. Spruance would get 1. But he has a cool of 1. Oops, wait. Yeah, he's cool of 1, so he gets nothing. Now for experience, Bouchard gets another experience. Actually, he gets 2 for being in the screening force. He has a cool of 1, so he's going to get a total of 1 stress. And then the Leyte Gulf, let's see, is going to get 2 experience. The Spruance, let's see, Spruance is going to get 3. Let's see, 6. Spruance needs 6. 1, 2, 3. The Dewey is going to get 2. Let's see, Dewey. So he's going to stay at skilled. The DeWert and the Underwood are going to get 2 experience points. 3 and 4. So there are no promotions here before our big mission. I was able to get the DeWert down to normal levels for the mission, so that was good. Thank you, Alpha, for helping us out there. And these punks are not in the game. So now we go to our mission. We're in the mission location, and that is an enemy convoy where we're going to get Sarvmeni, a Slava, 3 Augmenta, and a sub. So let's go ahead and pick our sub. That's a good one. And then we're going to pick Sarvmeni and Slava. Here's a Sarvmeni. Augmenta. 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 Where's that Slava? Here's a Slava. All right. So, 2 random task force ships, stress +1. So, let's see. Sport ship doesn't get stressed, so 2. So that's going to be the DeWert and the Underwood, of course. So back up to 6 for you and back up to 5. So they're both shaken. Not good. And we're going to leave them in the main force. Actually, yeah. I think we are just going to I'm not even going to mess with them. They're going to go in the supported. The Lady Gulf's going to be in screening. Spruance is going to be in screening, and the Dewey's going to be in the main force. All right, so I've got to take out 4 and 5. 1. There's a 5. There's a 5, so I just need a 4. There's a 4. Not even gonna mess with those guys. And then I need an 8. Okay, so put an 8 in there. And a 7. All right. So cleaner's gonna be there, and we're gonna set up our force here. Go after this enemy convoy. For sure gets 1. So serve many, Slava. CNC is 6. Hopefully I can remember that. The Augmentas I'm not worried about. I can kill them with guns. But I'm at the mission, so I can unload everything I want at them. That's ship 1, that's ship 3, ship 2, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's start with the enemy sub. Starting at 5, so that is 4, azimuth, 7. Okay, ship number 1. He has a placement of -2, so that's 4. So that's surface 5, azimuth of 7. Ship number 2, placement +1, that's a 3. So that's surface 5, 6 over here. And then those are starred ships. The others are not starred ships. Placement +2, so that's 8. So it's at 6. Azimuth, 3. Next one, placement +2, so that's 4. So that's 5. And then 9 over here. Oops, that's this one. And then placement +2, that's 3. So placement 5. Oops. 10, so it goes over here. Interesting. All right, so we start with the fast actions. So these guys are out, and I am going to just take my Leyte Gulf. We're going to go straight after the Sorobmeni because he has a range of 4, the Slava. So we're going to start with the Slava, ship 2. So I'm going to go here and then here on the 109s. So the first search, 7. That's a miss on ship 2, ship 1. That's a miss. Ship 5, miss. Ship 4, miss. Okay, next missile going after ship 2. That is a find. So now I've got range 1. Leyte Gulf has a ship 2. So that's now a +1 on my die roll. But the Slava has missile defense 2, so it's a -1. And so that becomes a 7, so that's 1 hit on the Slava. Nice. Where are the damage guys? Here we go. Enemy damaged on the Slava. Very good. Okay, so that one's used up. Next one, RGM searching. Nope. Next ship, nope. Now down to these guys. So on ship 5, so that has missile defense 2, so it's still -1, plus 2, so that's 2, so it's a +1 total. All right, so +1 on the roll, 9, that's a double hit. This Augmenta is now destroyed. Okay, wish I had that on the other one. All right, and the final shot, that's a, so we're going after the Slava again. Can we hit? -1 on the roll? No. All right, so the Slava is damaged. And so now we go to the Spruance. The Spruance is going to try to detect, let's see, there's nobody really, let's go ahead and try to detect the Slava. Slava has -1 in noise management, but +1, or so that's going to knock out the range modifier. And then the ship for Spruance is +1, so +1 to the roll to detect a ship. So it's a 4, so that's nothing. Okay, Commander. Commander is going to use his fast to have the Leyte Gulf try to detect the Slava. So again, Slava -1, this cancels out the range, so +2 for the detect, nothing. And so now we go to the enemy's side. The enemy's sub, well, we're going to start with the Stoiki, whatever. So let's do movement. Start movement here. So the sub 4 patrol. The Sur of Many has a +2 movement, so that's a 9, range 1. Okay, Slava. Slava has a movement of 2, that becomes a 9, so range 1. Okay, this guy's got a movement of -2, so that's going to be nowhere, and this guy's got a -2, so that's going to be nowhere. All right, so they're all in the same spot right there. All right, so the sub can try to detect. He gets a detect of 4. He's going to go after, the Spruance. Spruance, that is a detect. So this flips over. It becomes a neutral sub. So I don't even have to worry about this guy. But as long as these guys are in the same area, that's a problem because he's going to get in the way. So neutral sub's not going to come after me. The Stoyetsky, whatever it is, the Sur of Many class, he is going to try to detect, so I don't need to send out my helicopter now. He's going after 6. And so range 4. 6 is my ammunition. He's got noise modifier of 2, noise modifier of 3 for being there. So it's -3 on the detect, and it's a 1, so he's good. And then we have the Slava. Now it says attack -2, but I wonder if that's also for detect. Anyway, he's going to go after helicopter, which is not going to happen. I'll just keep him out there. Task Force 3, the Dewey. So the Dewey has noise modifier of 1. Slava. That's about it. So 4 minus 1, so that's not a detect. And so that goes away, and that's it for their turn. Now it's my slow turn, and all I got is the Dewey, and there's nobody detected. So the Dewey is going to try to detect the Slava. I've got to finish him off. All right, so the Dewey needs a 5. It gets +1. Noise modifier of -1, so he's going to get +2 to his roll. 8. That's going to be a detective 2 on the Slava. That's good. And so I'm going to use the commander slow to go ahead and shoot at the Slava, try to finish him off. So I get +2. Missile defense is -1 there, so that's actually a +3 for me. Ship +4, so I get +4 to the roll, needing 6, so I need anything but a 1. So that's a hit, so he's dead. And the prize goes to the Dewey. Oh, well, the attack -2 here. So that would be a miss, wouldn't it? No. Yeah, that'd be a miss. So not quite yet. So wait a second, so it's -1. So that's a wash. And then the detect is +2. Plus being the second one, so it's +3 to the roll. 7, so that's a hit. Okay, so yeah. Dewey does get him on the second missile shot. And so that goes away. And that's it for the slow. So now we go back to the fast. The Leyte Gulf. Let's see. So we're in battle turn 4. Leyte Gulf. And the Spruance. Who's better at detecting? Lady Gulf. Okay, so Lady Gulf's going to try to detect. He's got a noise modifier +1, +2, canceled out by Lady Gulf, so it's a straight up roll. 7, so it's a detective 2. Okay, Spruance is going to fire 2 of his missiles. So attack -2. He gets a +1 missile defense. Okay, so this cancels this. This partially cancels out his attack, so it's a -1 on the roll. So I'm going to need 7 on the first one, 6 on the second. So 7, got him. All right, so that's a hit. Do damage, where's damage? Okay, so we put the damage on the Sword Mini, and that's, he only takes 1 damage, so he's dead. And that goes to the Spruance. So very good job there. And those are used up. Okay, so now the commander is going to use his fast to give Lady Gulf a chance to detect the, actually I'm going to use them to move. So everybody's going to move 1 closer. All right, so now we go to the enemy. 4 and 3 are the only ones left. They got a movement of -2. So this guy's a 4, he doesn't move anywhere. This guy is a 7, which is a 5, and he goes nowhere. And so now we go to the slow, which is the Dewey. The Dewey's going to try to detect 4 here. So that is a +1. Noise modifier 0. So he just gets a +1 to detect. And that is going to be a detective 2. And he's going to fire his 2 missiles using the commander's skill here. And so he gets a +1 plus 2 more, so that's +3 altogether. And that is a hit, and that kills this guy. Mana is destroyed. Okay, and that's the end of the turn, so we go to 3. And we'll use the leader to bring these guys in closer again. This is used up. And the Lady Gulf will attempt to detect him, so +2 for the Leyte Gulf. Nothing for his noise management, so +2. That's a 3. That is nothing. Spruance will try to detect him, so he gets a +1 to his roll. That's an 8, so that's a detect 2. But now I've used up all my stuff. The Dewey doesn't have any missiles left, and he's not in range of his guns. So yeah. So now I can't even move closer because I already moved the task force closer. So the Dewey can't detect him any better. He doesn't have any missiles. So we're going to have to go to turn 2. Let's see. And so now we're on fast. This goes down to a 1. All right, so the Leyte Gulf is just going to shoot his 2 missiles. He gets a +2. No missile defense. So +2 plus another +1, so it's +3 to the first roll. That is a hit and a kill. And that ends the mission. I have succeeded, so I get 6 victory points for that. Let's see, the Spruance is going to get an extra experience point. So that is 1, 2, 3. The Dewey is going to get an extra 1, 2, 3. And that's going to promote the Spruance and the Dewey. And then the DeWert and the Underwood, even though they're in there, I understand as long as they're on the mission, they get the experience points. And so the Underwood and DeWert are going to get it, so they're going to get a promotion. Lady Gulf gets 2, and Brochure gets 2. Brochure gets a stress. Lady Gulf does not get any stress. Spruance gets 1 stress. The Dewey gets 1 stress. And the DeWert and the Underwood lose a stress. So 5, 6. So it'll be 4 for the DeWert and 5 for the Underwood. And that's how the second mission is going to end, with promotions to the Spruance, the Dewey, the DeWert, and the Underwood. These guys, I don't know if it's a flaw or if it's just because it's easy, but these guys, they move up very quickly. I like it. Maybe it's a little too much, but I like the constant experience gain because they're going on a lot of missions here. This is pretty hefty stuff. All right, so now that we've destroyed this, we get the 6 plus the 5 for the VP target, so that's 11. So I'm at 17 right now. I'm already at the highest of adequate, and I've got 2 more missions to go. And so, oh, I forgot the event cards again. Bad weather, okay, that could have come into play. Commander kill doesn't do anything. And then for this one, engine trouble, screening force number 2 has some engine issues, move to protected force. That would have been big. And then fleet resupply, get force. So I didn't get the downside. I keep forgetting the stupid events, so I'm not going to take the bonuses if I didn't take the negatives. That's just a mistake on my part. I keep forgetting that. I don't know why I do that, but you know, we're learning. We're still trying to get better here. And so let's see what our next target is going to be, and that's going to be enemy armed merchants, and that is 28. So I'm going to go after that. That's only in this section, the second section right here. So maybe we'll get lucky. I only have 2 SO points, so I can't do priority rest for any of these guys. So maybe I'll leave the Underwood home on this one. That should look like an easy kill there. So unless I get a lot of random encounters, I'm in good shape. All right, so thanks for watching on Mission 2. Sorry about the event cards. I don't know why I keep forgetting that, but that's how it is. So thanks for watching.